course, the fallout from the murder of Nipsey Hussle continues. The LAPD is circulating a picture of a young man they believe to be involved in the murder. Now, there can be all kinds of conspiracies. We can say it was because of this or because of that. But the fact that a young black man is killed by another young black man in a city where a lot of violence happens is not uncommon. And unfortunately, it does a disservice to us being introspective and looking at what happened. Looking at it doesn't have to be a conspiracy because he was doing a video, he was going to do a documentary, or because he was meeting with the LAPD. I saw the tapes, a video just like you did. When somebody shoots you, comes back and shoots you and kicks you, that's not because they're worried about somebody doing a documentary. That says that's a level of pettiness and hate that is all too familiar with us. I looked at that picture and he looked very familiar to me, not because I know that man, but because I know the look. I know what it looks to have that much anger and hurt and misplaced fear, because fear is what it is. It was a time in my life, and I'm ashamed to say this, when I looked up at people who looked and act just like that. There was a time in my life in this very city where if somebody that got killed in another neighborhood got killed, young man got killed, I would have said, so what? Because I was young and I was dumb. And I believe that the streets that I walked were the only ones that were important. The streets that my mother and father struggled to pay rent to another person for were what I believe was my community. When you become an artist and when you become a man, when you become a person, you have to leave your circumstances to grow. I don't care who you are. You can't go back to the womb. You can't put toothpaste back in the paste. A fish can outgrow its circumstances, and that's what you're supposed to do. Home is supposed to be where you grew up, where you're from. It's supposed to be where you visit. It's not supposed to be where you live. You know, I have a different estimation of the way that young man looks to me now as opposed to when I grew up, because I've had a continuum of experiences that inform me that that look was treacherous to our community, not helpful. I don't care. Yeah, I went away and became a comedian. Some people just meet a woman and move away. Some people find a job and move away. But they move and they leave and they grow and they realize how small their world was. Small. Small people do small things. When you're that low, you believe everything is up. So taking a life is everything to you. We have to look at the fact that we do harm to each other. Well, all we are is together. The indicator of crime and the biggest reason for crime is proximity. You're too close. You cannot, yes, you can go home. You just can't stay there. Why work your life to be what you could have been anyway? You're supposed to grow and then come back. You do a better service for where you grew up by having a continual experience that you can inform them with than staying there and being with them. Nipsey Hussle's neighborhood now was the world. The world. The world is mourning for him. You're bigger than your circumstances. You have to go to grow. You have to. If you want to be anything, I defy you to go anywhere standing in the same place. Show me one person that moved and grew staying in the same place. Comfort kills you. Being comfortable will get you killed. And I'm not just talking about physically. I'm talking about emotionally. I'm talking about spiritually. You have to grow. Movement is life. Yes, you want to do good for your neighborhood, but your neighborhood is the world. If all you see and all you care about is the people in those 6 blocks, then you're a small person. And you'll have a small life. And you'll do small things. You have to move. And you can come back and show people all the things you've done. When you're an artist, you're nothing more than a camera. Show these people the things they can see and do. That 29-year-old boy that allegedly killed him, imagine what he could do if he had just seen things. Sadly, that picture right now is him forever. It's him frozen in time. It's his stamp. It's his signature. It's his masterpiece. And how small that is.